And that's how the intro goes. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to this. What is this called? The Constitutionals. This is the, if you didn't know, this is the C Plus Comedy's premiere podcast where I talk about things and stuff of the like, like TV shows, comedy stuff, anything that relates to the media world landscape. The I in that sentence, I, is Chad White. I'm the host. Just like I host pretty much everything else. Pretty much, I do host everything else on cpluscomedy.com and all the greatest things. But we'll get to that in the plugs. Oh, this is getting really loud here. Okay, anyway, this is a late episode, late in the day, late at night. This is the night of the day it's supposed to post. You know what? I got caught up, got flat tires, got a lot of things going on here, guys. Anyway, moving on. Okay, let's get to the first topic because I want to blaze through this and get to my main topic. Horror movies. I really enjoy watching horror movies. That's one of my favorite things to do, is just sit down with a good horror movie, watch it, have a good time. I love watching horror movies. In fact, that's what I mostly watch on the old Netflix streaming platform. That's the full name of Netflix, if you didn't know. I usually watch these horror movies, and it's great because there are a lot of crappy independent movies, but you parse through them, you find something good, like the movie Hush. It's about a deaf woman that lives in the middle of the woods by herself, and some guys try to break in her home, and she fends them off, and that's the entire movie. Then It Follows. Really decisive movie. People don't really like at all. Let's see. I'm gonna keep going with all these movies I like to watch. I have not seen Satanic. I don't think. No, it's too. And see the thing is, I just watched the new Ouija movie, which we'll get to in a second. But the thing is, there's a level for these independent movies. Sometimes people are way too famous, and if I see Sarah Hyland, can't watch it. If I see Abigail Breslin, she's kind of in the movies now, not anymore. So I switch on and off between them. But if you're a level of fame, if I can pick you out by name and face and the latest project you did, you're too famous for me. That's too much. I want to watch The Void. I haven't seen. There's so many of them I've seen. The Pact. I've seen. I want to see Pod. I haven't seen. I'm just going to keep going through. What a waste of time. This is such a freaking waste of time. I don't know why the 20 people that subscribe and listen to this crap. Okay. But Andrew, anyway, why I brought this up is because I love the Conjuring series, and I'm very unabashed in love for those movies. The first one's really great with Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, and then the second one's just as good. It's a little bit slower, but just as good. Then you got Orphan. They're both great. I loved Annabelle. I haven't seen. I think there's an Annabelle prequel out or something like that. Anyway, I haven't seen it. I love those horror movies. I love them. They're great. Sometimes you can just lose yourself. When it's good, it's good. There's another movie when it's bad. They're bad, and sometimes a lot of times they're really bad. There's one called The Pack that I watched. It's about wolves that just come to this Australian home, and they don't want to. They do. They start killing off people. This farm family, and it's insane because sometimes these movies are just very high concept. There's one thing that's very simple that would make sense in one sentence, and then it just goes from there. So for Hush, deaf woman lives in the woods. Some guys try to kill her, and she fends them off. For The Unborn, there's I don't know what that movie's about. See, sometimes they're bad and you just don't know. Anyway, moving on to some of my favorite horror production companies include Blumhouse and IFC Films. And Blumhouse is run by Jason Blum, I believe. I think that's his full name. But he named it up himself. It is run after Jason Blum. Run after Jason Blum. It's run by Jason Blum, and they're very good at picking and choosing. They started out with the Paranormal Activity series. Then they did Insidious. Insidious is freaking amazing. Then they did Sinister, also amazing. Oh my God, so many good movies they did. And then they continued on with Dark Skies. And the Purge series, Insidious Chapter 2, they deal in horror. A lot of them are thriller. There's one comedy and a musical. What musical is that? Jim and the Holograms, that's right. When I was doing research, I saw that. I was like, this is weird. They did The Gallows, which is another fantastic movie that's right across the ocean there. They did Creep. That's a movie from, God, what is his name? The guy was on The League, and he has a brother. The League. The Creep is a found footage film, and a lot of these horror movies are found footage, which is not fine by me. That's kind of lazy, but when you do it that way, you do it. And then that movie's by Creep is by Mark Duplass. The Visit by M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. The Curve, which is about I think a woman and a man going to Denver for their wedding recital. Anyway, and they get killed. It's people. Teddy Sears in that movie. Ouija, The Origin of Evil. I just watched that. This is why I brought this up. Split, another M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. They did that very popular Get Out movie, The Belko Experiment. But anyway, these are all great movies, and I think you should watch them. Anyway, moving on to Ouija. Oh, God, I hate my life so much. I hate every aspect of it. I really enjoyed. I saw the original Ouija movie. Did not care for it. Wasn't too turned on by it. No, not turned on in a sexual way. I mean, turned on in a way that makes me think, man, that's a good horror movie. Like the movie Orphan, which is about when you find out at the end, it's crazy. It's a crazy thing. You sit there, you're like, you've been there for 2 hours. You're thinking, man, this movie's going towards a mundane. Oh my gosh, it's not a mundane ending at all. That's my thought process. But the Ouija Origin of Evil is a prequel movie to the movie Ouija. I think it's wonderful. I think it's fantastic. It's about how the board came to be in, I think, like 1967 exactly is what the Wikipedia is telling me. This mother she's struggling to raise her children while she's also being a fake psychic, but she's not a psychic that wants to take money from people. She's a psychic that just wants to help people. And then she brings home this Ouija board. The youngest daughter starts using the Ouija board to talk to the dead father. And then turns out that there's ghosts in the house that were pretending to be the dead father. And now these ghosts want to just kill everybody for some reason. Anyway, wonderful, fantastic. No one in that movie that I know by name or face. Everybody did a great job. It was very scary, but it wasn't scary in the sense that when you're watching the original Blair Witch, the new Blair Witch is on HBO. I'll watch that soon. But the original Blair Witch, you're watching this movie that's not good by today's standards, but you're seeing it for the first time, and you think it's a movie that was passed around on VHSs because people just, that was how it was marketed, and like it was a real thing. And then you see it and you don't know if it's real. You think these people are really getting attacked in this woods. You think there's something really in those woods. And then there's nothing. You don't get a resolution. So the Ouija board box. There was a jump scare in Ouija Origins of Axis of Evil that's a reference to a video game, that a little girl looks into a mirror and you see the ghost demons for the first time. And it scared the living daylights out of me. It's a tall, imagine those Green Man suits, but they're black. So it's, just a fat, slender man, and he has a wide open mouth, and he's screaming. And it's a loud noise coming with it. Very scary. Moving on. Hasbro movies. That's the reason why I put Hasbro movies. I cannot believe it. There's a lot of Hasbro movies. Ouija boards are real, basically, and there's a lot of Hasbro movies based around their I guess their whatchamacallits. So here's all the movies that Hasbro has that are basically based on Hasbro properties. Okay, so here we go. You got, oh my God, that's a lot of TV shows based on Hasbro. Okay, let's start with that live action television. Family Game Night. You got.
I'm not sure.
Jesus Christ, Alexa! Oh my gosh. So, this is the worst episode of this crappy show in the world. Okay, so you got Transformers. You got G.I. Joe. You got the movie Battleship, which I forgot existed, which I saw the day it came out. It was in May 2012. Then you got the Ouija movies. Then you got Jim and the Holograms, which is this. I don't understand how this happened. Then you got My Little Pony. And then you got Magic the Gathering. There's a Play-Doh movie coming, apparently. There's a Beyblade movie. There's a Monopoly movie. What is a Play-Doh movie going to be about? Who's... In April 2nd, 2015, 20th Century Fox announced they're working with Hasbro movies and producing Paul Feig. Wow, the Ghostbusters guy. That's insane. That is so stupid. A Play-Doh movie? What is that going to be about? Beyblade, Monopoly, Dungeons and Dragons, Candyland, which has been in development for years, which I remember seeing that maybe 10 years ago, something like that. 8 or 19. There's a Furby movie, Clue movie, which of course, they never had a Clue movie, but yeah, anyway, there's a lot of Hasbro films. There's a lot of Hasbro TV shows too. My God. There's several Transformers, Pound Puppies, My Little Pony, The Adventures of Chuck and Friends. I don't know what that is. All these are on the hub. Go watch it. This is so stupid. Okay. Oh my God, this is so dumb. All right, so next topic. The song Sk8er Boi. This is just obviously just ramblings, but could it be a motivational song? Hear me out. Sk8er Boi is a song about a girl who likes a boy, but her friends, this is a song by Avril Lavigne, came out in 2002. And she likes this boy, but the boy likes her. But she's listening to her friends because her friends don't like him. All right? Years down the line, maybe 15 years later. She's just some old frumpy wife at home. This man followed his dreams, became a rock star, rocking out on MTV. All her friends want to go. The friends that stuck up their nose want to go see this man perform. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? That is motivation if I didn't know. And now here's my favorite part. This girl goes to see the Sk8er Boi perform, doing whatever. All right? Chorus 3. She says, "I'm with the Sk8er Boi. I said to you later, boy." Now she's with the guy. I'll be backstage after the show. I'll be at the studio singing the song we wrote about a girl you used to know. This girl left her life to finally go be with this man. I'm saying, you be with him from the beginning. It doesn't matter what your friends say. It doesn't matter. You like him? Is he nice to you? He's a Sk8er Boi? That's cool. Made me so mad. I finally got some introspection on that song. It's so stupid. Okay. Also, another thing I want to bring up. My idea for Wedding Crashers sequel. I only remember this because Isla Fisher is getting a show through Gary Sanchez Productions, which is Will Ferrell, Adam McKay, on CBS All Access. It was announced about this. But it made me think about The Wedding Crashers. I think that there should be a sequel. And if there was a sequel, because they all go out, it was Rachel McAdams, Owen Wilson together, Vince Vaughn, Isla Fisher together, and they all drive off, from what I remember, from last time I saw this movie 14 years ago. They all drive off into the sunset. And after just having left a wedding or something like that, my idea is they're continually crashing weddings for forever. Like they get married, they have kids, but they continue crashing weddings. All right. The movie starts out. It's the last wedding that they're at a wedding. This is in the middle of a wedding. Then they say they almost get caught this time. And then Owen Wilson says, "You know what? I'm tired of crashing weddings. We should not crash weddings anymore." Rachel McAdams says, "Yeah, I think so too." Then Isla Fisher's like, "Yeah, baby, we should stop." But Vince Vaughn wants to do one more wedding. And he wants to do this huge, big wedding. All right. I don't know who's gonna be. Somebody famous, obviously, so for the cameo effect. And it's gonna be, let it be like a gay wedding or something. Just let it be this huge gay wedding, like Elton John's getting married, or something like that. The biggest gay guy I know. And then the entire movie is them planning like their future lives, but Vince Vaughn's just like adamant. It's like, we gotta do this. That's the rising action. Climax. They're at the wedding. Everything's going to crap. Owen Wilson bails. Rachel McAdams bails because she's with Owen Wilson. Isla Fisher says, "I can't do this. If you're gonna be this man, I can't do this with you." And then, I hate every second of my life. And then the guards are about to seize, because there's guards at this wedding. Guards are about to seize Vince Vaughn. And Vince says something just amazing and beautiful and spiritual. Elton says, "You can stay." Owen Wilson shows up with Rachel McAdams, and he says, "We're back. We're here. We're here to help. You're my friend. You're my brother." And then they crash the wedding. The end. And then they stop. They have kids. They live next to each other. Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson, and Isla Fisher and Rachel McAdams switch ladies around. And then that's it. That's the end of the movie. I think that'd be perfect. I think that'd be the best thing in the world. Then you bring back Bradley Cooper, you bring back Will Ferrell, you bring back everybody. All these people. Jane Seymour. I think it'd be great. I think it'd be wonderful. I think it'd be a good movie. Let's do it. Wedding Crashers sequel. Also, Friends from College got renewed. There's a big sigh, big pause at the beginning of that because I don't like the show that much. It's a show with Keegan-Michael Key, Fred Savage, Colby Smulders, Billy Eichner, Nat Faxon, Randall Park's wife, I forgot whose name, and some other lady that I don't really know or care about, who I think is the worst part of the show. And the show, it's made by Nicholas Stoller and Francesca, I forgot her last name, but they're two fantastic writers and directors. But my God, that show is garbage. It is not, to me, it's not funny. Comedy's subjective, of course. You know, you could like it and someone else could hate it. I don't like Star Wars. Everybody loves Star Wars. So the show is not good. And one of the main issues I have with it is this incredibly boring subplot where Keegan-Michael Key is cheating with that last lady who I don't think is a good character, the one with the eyebrows. And he's cheating on her. He's cheating on Colby Smulders with her, and it's not good. But all the while, suddenly Colby Smulders and him are trying to have a baby, like late into the season. If they wanted to introduce this, they should have done it in the first episode. After having moved to the city, living with Randall Park's wife, they got Nat Faxon and Randall Park's wife, who are just auxiliary characters, even though they're dubbed as main cast, but they're not given anything to do. Then you got Billy Eichner and Fred Savage, who are playing a couple, but even they're given the shaft. Gosh, and Fred Savage is really going all out, and it's a show that's they're such bad people. And if you watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you compare those people to these people. Yeah, Always Sunny people are just as bad, but they're funny about it. This show is just so trying, and it's all over the place, and it's just not good. And I don't know why it got this renewal, but hopefully Keegan-Michael Key stops cheating on Colby Smulders. Because why would you cheat on Colby Smulders? I mean, look at her. My God. And finally, the main topic of the episode, guys. Main topic of the episode is the Chris Gethard Show. It's returned. It's on the air. It's now on True TV. It's on a network that can sustain it, as opposed to Fusion, which is, I mean, thank God they live streamed it on, Facebook and stuff. But now it's live on True TV. You can't get that many eyes on Fusion because Fusion is a deep cable network that a lot of people don't have nowadays. But before that was on public access. But of course, if you know Chris Gethard, if you know that show, then you know the life of it. All right, it's a show started out on public access years and years ago. Now, a public access in New York, and then it was on Fusion. Now it's on True TV. It hasn't changed a bit. They just have more money. And I think it's wonderful. I think it's a great show. It's a weird show. It's a show for freaks and geeks and Judd Apatows alike. It's a show that not many people will get. It's fine because there's a lot of parts of it I don't like. It's very punk rock. It's very hardcore. It's a talk show that celebrates the audience, the weirdness of the audience. And you're allowed to call in, you're allowed to Skype in, and everybody's fine. It's good. It's fine. They can curse on there. They can't say the F word, I don't think, but they can say the S word 5 times. They do all these weird stunts. Like last week was I think Chris Gethard got locked into a station wagon that they bought on Craigslist, and they opened the world's smelliest fish in a can there, and it was so horrible, and Chris was about to throw up on live TV. It was great. I think it's a good show. I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad it's back. Chris Gethard really deserves everything in the world. He's a fine man. I really like him. And one time, they retweeted me on Twitter, the Chris Gethard Show. They retweeted Seebless Comedy, actually. Not me. It's not that. I'm not that important. But the website Seebless Comedy, yeah. So I'm glad. But if you really like the Chris Gethard Show, you can. They did 20 episodes on Fusion. Holy crap! But they were only. The first season was 22 minutes, and then the second season was 43 minutes. It's the actual show. But you can go to YouTube and search the Chris Gethard Show. They have every episode from the Fusion days and from his public access days. So that's 155 episodes plus that from the public access plus 20 more Fusion episodes. That's 175. I forgot to do math. Then there's 12 specials across both. So that's 184. Did I do the math? 86. 86. 186. 87. Incredible. 187. Did the math real wrong. 187. So go ahead and watch those. Do it. I didn't. But you can always go back, and they're never topical. They're always just weird things. It's like the Attack. Or Attack of the Show, which is now the Attack over there on the Disney XD systems. Comedy network. No, it's a network. I'm so tired. This is so dumb. If you made it this far, congratulations. I'm very proud of you. Go watch Chris Gethard's show. Go watch horror movies. Go make sure your tires aren't flat. And make sure you have a lot of topics for your podcast. So you can just hop right around in the episodes. Oh my gosh. Hey, guess what? This episode's done. But if you like this, for some ungodly reason, if you like this, do me a favor. Head over to cpluscomedy.com where you got the latest news, reviews, features, interviews, other good comedy bits that only I can provide you with. You can follow us on Twitter at cpluscomedy. Follow me on Twitter at ChadBlackWhite. I hit my chest with my thumb so hard that it shook me and it shook my voice. Oh God. Anyway. Also, like us on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/cpluscomedy. Like us there. You'll get pretty much everything you get with the Twitter. There's nothing different. It's just on Facebook. Go to Instagram at cpluscomedy on Instagram. It's a cool place. It's where I upload the descriptions for the podcast and the cold open of news time. Speaking of news time, guys, head to youtube.com/cpluscomedy for the premiere show news time, for the documentary show on comedy, for other stuff that's I assume is on the YouTube page. I don't know. There's a lot of episodes of news time. There's so many episodes, and the last one that's went up this week is about Movie Pass, which was going to be the topic, but I decided to do that on news time. Movie Pass is killing it, guys. Very happy for these different ways to watch movies. So go ahead and I'm not going to explain it here. Movie Pass. You can. It's a subscription service. You pay $10 a month. You can go see one free movie a day at any movie theater. AMC wants it to kill it, but there's a lot of AMC theaters supporting it. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Anyway, $10 a month. They boost attendance by 111% over the past 6 or 7 years. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Just go see it. Go watch News Time and you'll find out about it. Anyway, all right, I'm going to end this episode. This is terrible. Okay, goodbye. I love you.